Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to Christmas Crafting 2024, and we're on week 9. So this week we are filling the pockets from week 5. So we're doing all 3 pockets from week 5. This is the first one. This is a really nice one. I like this. It's when we use that corner cut-off piece. So it's got a little double pocket here. So that's open, and then it's open at the back as well. So we've got a few things to make to go in this. I'll show you the prototype, and it's this one. So we've got a little tag to go in this front pocket. Can't always tell which pocket you're putting it in. That goes in, whoop, that goes in there. And then to tuck behind it, we've got this piece. This is all using some Stamperia paper. Because you've got to fold it over, you can write in this, I think. It's just a little folded piece. Dee Dee uses some Christmas craft cardstock, so it was plain on the inside, but it wasn't very thick. So I've had to try and find something that was equally not too thick. So the Stamperia paper tends to be pretty okay to fold, so that one's fine, and that just tucks in behind there. And then in the side pocket, which is this pocket here, although I've got this one on the other side, doesn't really matter which way you do it, I've got this little pretty journal card here, and I think this was just cut from one of the covers, because it's yeah, I think it's plain. It's kind of plainish on the back. I mean, it's writable as far as I'm concerned. The little circle at the side to pull it in and out, little tab. And then we've got a journal card. Could be a tag, could be a journal card, either way, just a tall plain one. This is from a scrapbook paper, but it's quite difficult to find. I've been finding it difficult to find scrapbook paper that's plain enough to write on the back, but that maybe has a nice picture on the front. So I've actually gone for this super neutral paper here. So that's the what we're aiming at, but of course we're going to do it with our Christmas papers. You don't have to be doing Christmas. You could do what I've done here, and all the ones we've been making have all been made with everyday papers. So just goes to show that it doesn't matter. It's just pockets and tags. That's all we're making. Doesn't have to be Christmassy at all. So I've got this piece, which is plain enough, I think, on the back to write on. So I think this is going to be my tag to go behind here. So I just need to cut that, and I'm making mine. In fact, on here we're doing a journal card. I keep getting my tags and my journal cards mixed up when they're these tall, narrow ones, because in this week we're doing a few of those, and it could be either way really. So this one is 6x3. So which way do I want it? I think I want to do it this way, yes. So I'll do that at 3. And I think this was already a 6x6 piece anyway. So I believe it's already 6 inches. Oops. Get the ruler upside down. Yeah, that's already 6 inches, so that was a handy piece. Just kind of found that right bit at the last minute really, because I was struggling to find a piece that I could use, that I could write on the back and not have to stick. Oops, just dropped my trimmer on the floor. I'll get it in a moment. Yeah, I was struggling to find a piece that I didn't have to stick a piece of paper on the back so you could write on it. So I thought this would be okay actually. It's quite pale. So we'll just round the corners on this one. That wasn't very good. That was better. So I've really been raiding my scraps for this week. So some of the projects for this week. That, for instance, is definitely one of my scraps, which is also quite nice to use, isn't it? Nice to use up your scraps. Get rid of these little pieces. Okay, so that's our first piece, a journal card. Now we want to make our little tag. I've just got to get my cutter again. Right, I make the little journal card, so that needs to be, not journal card, the little tag, 4x2. So I've got a scrap of card here, which I think is probably 2 wide. Is it? Just under 2 wide. Oh, just over, sorry. So if I cut it at 4 inches, then I can cut it to the right size width-wise then, can't I? So that's 4 inches by 2. And we'll just cut our corner. I think we'll come back and decorate these, probably add a bit of stamping or something at some point, or a little die cut, I don't know. By the time we get to decorating, I may well go my own way and do what I feel like doing. You know, I'll be following Dee Dee's, and if I think, oh yes, I'd like to do it like that, I will. But if I feel I want to do it differently, then I think that'll be the time to kind of possibly branch out and do my own thing. Just going to ink around this just because it looks a lot better, more finished. It's got a little ink. Okay, so that's our little tag. So we'll put our piece for behind here next. And did I pull anything out for that? Ooh. Oh, I've just had a thought. Yeah, I did, but I forgot what I was going to use. Put it with something else. I think I was going to use this. So I have coffee dyed the back of this. It's very pale, but just so it doesn't look too white. And I need a piece. Was it going to be this one, or was it going to be that other one that I found? So I can't remember. There was a piece I found I wasn't sure I was going to be able to use, but I think I was going to do it for this. Just one moment. So I coffee dyed these 2 pieces the other day when I was doing my preparations, and I can't remember what I'd done it for, which pieces they went to go with which. This one will probably be better on here because it's a bit thinner. Not sure this will work in the other place, but we'll see when we get to it. This piece needs to be, let me just check my measurements. 5 3/4 by 3 1/2. Now, is this big enough? Yes, it is. So I think we'll do this one because I think this will go quite well. 3 1/2. We'll see how it fits. And 5 3/4, I believe, is what I measured it at. Ooh, can't do it on there. This only goes to 5 inches wide. It's a bit frustrating. I could have done with a 6-inch one. But, oh well, that's fine. I'll just use this instead. So I need 5 3/4. And 3/4. I only need a little tiny bit. I might as well have left it. And then we need to fold it in half. This bit out of the way. Not quite sure what that bit's there for. No idea what. Oh, that was the rest of the tag, wasn't it? Yep, sorry. Something's not quite straight there, so I'll just tidy it up a little. And I think that'll go in like that, yep. And we want to just round the corners, just on the outer corners. And ink a little bit. So we have our little folded journal card. Go at the back there. It's catching on something. There we are. Like that. This card goes in the front pocket. Like that. Okay, so we've got the tag. Now we just need to make our little journal card to slot in there. So I had this strip, which is really sweet paper. I love this paper. And we may have to cover the back, but I quite like it, so I'm just going to leave it for now. I did think that if I was to, if I had this pocket in my journal and I had this card, I would use this and put a photograph on here. And then that would be a nice background. You don't need to write on everything. A lot of them I would use just to put photos on. And then talk about what the photo's doing, what's happening in the photo on the tag. Or the journal card. There's lots of options. So, that's as far in as it will go. I want a little bit sticking out, but not too much. I need my pencil. I think I'm going to mark it at about there. Trim that off. Ooh, that's a nice pocket or something there, isn't it? Right like that. Lovely. Okay, so we've now got our journal card, which doesn't go right to the right inside. It seems to be only going in so as far as that, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I want to round these corners. Let's get my little bowl. Right, quick ink up. Get rid of those white edges. Okay. And we need little circles to pull it in and out. Oops, got a load of lace with me with me punch. So I'm going to use red ones because I think that would look really good on here. And I'm just using my 1/2 inch punch because that's I think the next size up might be too big. I'll have a look actually. Where's my other punch? I could try the bigger punch to see if that would work. Because they did look a little small on my other one, but I did want to cover up the flower. So I might just try it with the 1 inch. So it looks, because I've got plenty of the cards, so. Okay. Let's try that. That might look better, I think. I'm going to try this. I can always cut another card if it looks awful, but I think it'll be okay. Just make sure it lines up with the pocket, the divot here. Oops. Put some glue on the mat. Okay, and the other one. Alright, let's pop that one in there. Come on, just need to go in a little bit further. Oh, it's catching on the back of that one, that's it. No, it's catching on. No, it's not. Okay, good. Could do with it going in just a little bit more. I'm just wondering why it's not. I feel like it should go in further. Something is stopping it. Let's try it. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now we've got that one. So we've got our tag, journal card, whatever, can be either, of course. Let's quickly ink around those edges. So that's our pocket from week 5. Our first pocket from week 5 is now filled. So we've got the Christmas one and the other one, non-Christmas. Let's get rid of that piece. Right, so this is pocket 2, if you remember, the one that flaps open, has the pocket here, and I put my pocket at the side. This is one of these ones that goes around the page, so it would go on like that, takes up the whole page, and isn't that lovely? Thinking I might round these corners though, not sure. And then it flaps open and you've got this pocket here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to make a couple of things for this to go in those two pockets. Now the original one that Dee Dee made, she had her divot at the top. And as I thought she'd probably making tags or something, I thought, well, they'd go up, they'd be sticking out too much. So I put my divot at the side, trying to be creative here. But of course, that's not what she was planning at all. So I could have easily put it at the top, but I'm going to have to work with it. It doesn't matter. I'll still do it the way she did it, but just on the side. And she's made these. They're really sweet. I like these very much. They're a bit tricky to make, but I got there. And it's just this little, looks like a little envelope, but it's just a flap down writing spot, really. You just have to fold it up so that it fits into that space. And you tuck it over. Well, it would work just as well sideways. They just don't look quite so, lined up, but I don't think it matters. So mine will go like that. So I'm sure you've probably made these before yourself. I've never made them, actually, I don't think. I hadn't done. So it's all quite handy to learn these new things. So that's what we're going to make. So I have my 2 strips of paper. So this is cream paper. It's 120 GSM, so it's not as thin as copy paper. So it's a nice quality paper. Nice for writing on, or whether it's strong enough to take photos, I don't know. But you could easily put the photos on the backs of these. Excuse me. So we're just going to make 2 of these, pretty much the same. And the bit I find that the tricky part is getting these 2 bits into the middle. So what I did on one of them, which made it a bit easier, I just did I folded it gently in half. And just did a little pinch where the middle was. So I just quickly need to blow my nose. So that I know where to fold in from, and that seemed to work better. So let's try that. Fold that into the middle, make a nice point. Kind of getting there. Are we there? I think we are. That one and that one. Glue the flaps down. Okay, nice point. Fold it over. Possibly a bit too big a fold. And that's not at all straight. Get it straight. Making a right mess of this now. You know, Dee Dee just does one of these, one after the other, without even thinking about it. I do not find these things easy at all. And they're certainly not, that is not folding where I want it to fold. Okay, I think we're there. Goodness me, made a right mess of that. Oh well. And then I have to, because my pieces of paper are longer than letter size that you have in the US, because they're A4, they're 8 3/4 or something, 11 3/4 long instead of 11. So I have to make my fold a bit bigger to get it to fit in the pockets. It's got to make sure it doesn't go. That's it, that'll be fine. Because you can't have it sticking up here because it'll block this flap. It's got to fit properly into that pocket. Get a bit of bottom foldering going here. Keep it nice and flat. And that hopefully will go in there. So I've made mine, I don't know how wide Dee Dee's were, but I've made mine 3 inches wide, because it seems to be about the right width, kind of fits in the middle. And just the whole length of a piece of paper. Okay, and then we'll do one for the other side. See if I can do a better job. I thought the folding, making the corner was the hard part. Apparently it's not. It's just folding it over is the hard part. Right, let's have another shot at it. Okay, so we have our nice little point. Glue them down again. Right, shall we fold that one again? Take a bit more care. Okay, I think that's a bit better this time. Looks a bit more even. Not completely even, but... I'm going with it. Okay, and then we fold that up. Something like that. I was a little encouraged because Dee Dee did have to refold one of hers, so I feel so even for her it wasn't completely straightforward. Okay, so they're a bit bent. I'll have to, well, you'll cover that up with something, I'm sure, or I'll just do them again off camera and make it look better. But anyway, that was it. It's kind of an easy one, except it's not as easy as you think to make nice, neat little envelopes. I actually did a much better job when I was doing it off camera, look. Much better job. But such is life. Turn the camera on and everything goes out the window. So that's pocket number 2. Are rather sweet those, like those. And the final one was Dee Dee's absolute favourite. She loved these pockets. I really like them as well. Now they're finished, I think they're really cute. And this is the one where I got a bit carried away. I don't remember when we were making these, and I ended up making loads of them. I made 4, and they're all different. And I even put little tags in these ones, so these will just need a tag to go behind. So I don't know if I've got anything to make tags for all of them, but I may well do. So what I was trying to think what I could use. As I said, making the journal cards from scrapbook paper is a bit tricky, or tags, to find the one that's pretty on one side and neutral enough to write on the other. And I was going through the scrapbook papers, particularly the kit, the Christmas greetings kit, and I came across the journal cards. And they're a great size, and you can use them as journal cards, but I realised I could cut these down to make my tags. In fact, I got a bit confused as to whether I needed tags or journal cards. So I did actually do one just to see if it worked out. So this was one of the journal cards, and I've made a really nice journal card for this pocket. I think that looks gorgeous. So you could either make a journal card or a tag. I'll do the rest as tags just because that's what that's what Dee Dee did in hers, and I just got it confused with the first pocket where we did make a journal card. But that's fine. So that's that one. And I'll show you my little prototype. Well, I've got two of those as well. It's one of those pockets, you just keep making them. So I've got my tags. I've just got two tags the same. Again, exactly the same paper as I used for the rounded corner one, the journal card. And all we're doing is making little paper kind of booklety things to go in these, like that. But it's just what you need. You could also do the little tags. But this is what we're doing. We're following Dee Dee's challenge, then we're doing little, not for these obviously because I've already got tags in those. So I'm just going to do it for these two. And because I've got three small pockets on this one and two larger ones, I'm making mine slightly different size. So for this one, I need paper, for this one, sorry, my papers need to be 3 by 2. So I've got some strips of 2-inch wide strips. So I just need, for this one I need three 3-inch pieces. One, two, three. Let's cut the one for the other one. So this one I'm going to have them the other way round. So although these are 2 inches high, but they're going to be 5 inches wide, 5 inches long and folded in half that way. So 2 of those, or 5 by 2, and that's only because I made that variation. So I'm just adapting what we're making to fit those pockets. So I'm just going to fold these in half. One. Two. Three. And I am going to ink around them, but now did I? Yes, the corners where the opening is do get rounded, so I'm just going to do those as well. This one needs doing again. Right, I'm just going to ink all around them. Okay, so we just pop these in here and get them in. That's it. It's just getting into them. Just put them on it at a bit of an angle. They still seem quite big, don't they? Well, that top one perhaps just does look a little big. But I mean, I could even pop a photograph in each of those. I haven't got one I could... There was one knocking around my table. There is one over here. So I've got one of these instant cameras. You could possibly put one or two in like that. Obviously the other way around. I'm not going to show you the picture. So that would... You could have one of these pieces of paper saying what it's all about and a couple of pictures popped in. All sorts of ways these could be used. We could turn it round that way. And maybe I prefer that actually. That doesn't perk up quite as much. Just pop them in like that. Yeah, I think I like that actually. So we've got that one. Let's just finish these two as well. All these little bits of punched off. Right. One. Two. Just punch these ones as well. And we'll ink them. Phew. Right, that's done. And again, we'll just pop these in our little pockets. So they'll stick up a little bit more. No, not that way round. It's got a smudge on it. Get that go in properly. I might have made these pockets a little narrower than on my prototype, I'm not sure. They're not going in, it's not going in very well. Let's see what's going on here. Have I glued it? Might have done. try it. That's better, I think. Okay. Alright, they've gone in. So now we've got these. So we have a journal card for for one of them. Now we need to do journal cards for the other three. And we're going to use these. So which one would go? I think that one would go with that. I'm going to find one that will go with these two because they're not made with the same kit. That might put that one there. Let's have a look at these two. My Christmas tree. We have our window. Right, let's do it the other way around. Let's put one there. Yeah, that would look alright. What about the window? Yeah, I quite like the window, I think, for that one. Alright, let's see. That one. And for this one, do we want the reindeer? We've used him before. You only get the antlers on that one. This one would work. It's possible. Tree always looks good, doesn't it? Okay, let's go with the tree. So we know that our tags need to be 3 inches wide. So I need to make sure it's central. So which is the widest point when we're doing 3 inches? Yes, so if I start it at about, I get most of Christmas greetings in, I think. And then we'll go 3 inches that way. Take off the white, top and bottom. We've got that one. Let's do the same with this one. See where the best point is to take it to. So I've got to just take it either side of, just inside those little pine cones right here. Try and make sure the window is as central as it can be. And 3 inches there. And that's that one. Because the beauty of these is on the other side you've got the ready-made journaling space. On that one, because they are meant to be journaling cards, so it's perfect. Haven't got to worry about the backs. Let's do this one. Find my widest point. Just got to take it in just a touch from the edge of the roof. And then we'll go 3 inches. Okay, now we can do our tag tops. Take that one there. Let's bring the bowl in. Really should try and get that to catch stuff as I'm cutting things off. Okay, so that's lovely. Lends itself beautifully to a tag, doesn't it? I think this one will as well. That one, and let's do this last one. That one, let's move these along. I like these. That one there. Got this one here. So yeah, that's pocket 3. These are all done. So we've got pocket 3. Got loads this week, haven't we? Loads of pockets to have to fill. And then this is pocket 2 with the slightly crumpled up envelope flaps. And pocket, if I can get hold of it, pocket number 1, which is this one. There we are, week 9, all done. I don't think there's many more pockets to go. I'm not quite sure. I've lost track a little bit. So we will start, I think we'll start decorating and putting the journal together very, very soon now. So I may even have started doing that because I don't know how far along these will get scheduled, and I might have started working on my journal even before you see this video. So I don't know where I'm going at the moment with this because I'm still in early October. But by the time you see these, yeah, we might have something to put them in. Who knows? I'll see you soon. Bye for now.